Tian Wei.
Hello and welcome to World Insight on CGTN. I'm Tian Wei. We begin today's program with efforts to cope with the COVID-19 outbreak in China, especially the lives of the common people. While more patients are recovering, businesses get a hand in getting back on their feet. Quite a few small and medium-sized local enterprises have had to bear the brunt of a plunge in demand. Yet some of them have very different experiences. Shi Yan and her husband are running an organic farm in a Beijing suburb. The impact of coronavirus has not choked their business. On the contrary, they are struggling with rising demand. As epidemic control is in place, labor shortage is their biggest challenge, but they manage to deal with it. Shi Yan, thank you so much for hosting us in this beautiful greenhouse.
Welcome to our farm.
Thank you, I love it. Look at the fresh cabbage on the floor. Wow, I need to buy some stuff before I leave your farm today.
Yeah, they are very fresh and also organic.
But my mission here, Yan, is to know and get to understand what does it mean for small business like yours to survive the epidemic so far. Tell me more about what happened at the very beginning stage.
You know, in the past, actually during the New Year and also after the New Year is our lowest demands in a year because people usually buy a lot before the Lunar New Year. But this year, during the New Year, the second day, we started to receive lots of messages from our consumers, our members. And they were asking if we can still deliver for them during the New Year because they were worried about go to the supermarket to buy foods, or they even don't want to go outside of the door. You can feel the worrying of the families because we don't have any logistic company at that time working for us. But our farm, we only have 2 cars. Fortunately, because we are, based on local, we are only 70 kilometers from the center of Beijing.
Yes.
We can find, working laborers in our village or, the farmers around us who have cars that we work with them, and they also can help us to deliver during that several days. Even I was thinking maybe with our donkey we can deliver.
Running all the way to the second and third ring roads in Beijing. Okay, with donkeys. That would be quite a scene. But that was the very beginning. What about for now? Are things getting better?
Yeah, now because of more and more of our staff, they coming back, and they also after the 14 days, they can start to work.
14 days of quarantine.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is our packaging room.
Okay. 大家好.
This is we are packaging for 20 boxes for the CDC Shunyi district.
Oh, that's important.
Yeah, we donate to the doctors.
Good for you. Good for you.
Now we kind of gradually go to the
like normal
pace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we still have for our meat, because usually we work with a farmer in Gansu province, and he supply our pork from Gansu to Gansu Qingyang to Beijing. Mm-hmm. But because the butcher is shut down and also the logistics can't work, so our pork haven't been supplied to the members for 2 weeks.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about adjusting your supply chain? Do you have to change companies that are working with you as partners? Can you find others that are new but still available?
Yeah, we're trying to have some backups. But I asked many farmers around us, and also even in Yunnan, some farmers they said they have the same situation. So no butcher open, and also the transportation is quite hard. Some farms, although they can deliver, we don't want them to use any feeds that GMO soybean cakes. So we also need to check they are still guarantee the same standards. So at the last we just decide we can't find any alternative. We still need to wait.
Do you think there has to be quite a long period of time before you can have your original supply chain work again?
I feel from last week, I think almost 80% of our whole chain are coming back to the normal piece.
I see.
But there are still some people, they are kind of gradually going back.
Yeah.
For example, our Wuchang rice, the farm in Wuchang, because we usually stock our storage, our rice in the farm. So every month, we need more rice. We will grind the rice and transport to Beijing. But all of our rice are stocked there. So now the milling, the factory which is doing the rice is also not open yet.
Yeah.
So now in our stock, we only have about 200 kg of rice now.
I see.
Yeah.
But what about the policies? I mean, we have seen the central government, local government put out a lot of policy in terms of financial support, in terms of rent, in terms of the use of land. For farms like yours, is there anything relevant to you?
In the epidemic, I feel for our model, we call CSA, Community Supported Agriculture, that we mainly are demanding from the local markets. For our industry, I didn't see a very big influence. What I say is to most of our kind of this model farms are increasing, our sales are increasing. But on the other side, we see many of for example, like the farmer who supply us pork or rice, even our packaging boxes, because we almost use out all the packaging boxes. And the printer company, the factory, they didn't open up.
I see.
So in a period, we even think that we may only can use the plastic bags to deliver. But for us, I think our money stream is still very well.
Shi Yan holds a doctorate degree in agriculture development. Inspired by the idea of community-supported agriculture, she started an organic farm called Shared Harvest many years ago. It is exactly what many Chinese consumers have been wishing for. In recent years, more Chinese are buying the idea of an organic lifestyle, and food is on top of the list. Shi Yan believes the current health crisis is a wake-up call for many about what they put on their dinner tables. You've been advocating real farm, real food, and real community for years. But how much do you think this epidemic gonna wake up people about the importance of freshness in the food they're eating, as well as that the idea, wild animals should not be in the diet? Meanwhile, fresh produce, like vegetables and others, should be. How do you see this potential debate and discussion?
I think I kind of feel, during the epidemic, the changes are not only the demanding for our food, our vegetables, but also, the relationship between our consumers and us. Because during all that whole month, many of our consumers, they feel very thankful to the farm, which can at that time deliver such a fresh vegetable to their door. And then also some people talking with me that they feel it's a time for people to change their lifestyle, because in a period our economic are growing very fast. And some people, they feel, eating wild animals is a kind of show up, showing their fortune. But I think it's a kind of mistake for defining what is real food, what is real good life for people. Not just eating wildlife is that's not good food. Just good food is coming from good soil and good farms, so that you eat better food. That means you need to also care about the environment.
Do you think we're going to remember that this time? Because 17 years ago there was a SARS, and Obviously, similar lessons were learned then.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shi Yan, you yourself, in fact, is a scholar. You're a doctor of agricultural management from Renmin University, one of the most renowned universities, and you were one of the very few pioneers in this kind of community farms. So what does this experience, shall I say, over the past 1 month or two about this epidemic, do you think can help you to do your advocacy work and also to wake people up about what they consider should be good food and good life?
Yeah, in the past, I used to do some research, also readings about microorganisms in our soil and also in our stomach. Because more and more research are finding that actually in our body we have lots of microorganisms, including bacteria and fungi and other viruses. That's all included. So it's also a kind of a rainforest in our body and also in the ground. But usually with people, we're seeing the soil just a dust and the body just some parts. But actually it's a whole. It's also an ecosystem. So when people thinking about what is real food or what is real good food, real good food is must coming from the good soil, and that good soil is not only dust but also lots of living organisms. That living organisms gives the nutrient to the cabbages, to the vegetables. That can feed people, good food. Also during the epidemic, you can see not everyone are easy to get that problem. But if you have a strong immune system, that immune system are depending on what you eat and also what your lifestyle is.
Yeah.
For our farm, we have about 15 hectares of land, but this land can guarantee 60 people working, for salaries. I think small business is very important to our whole economy, because it's not only contribute to economic but also to the social part, to supply the jobs, to supply also local people. They can just working on the local, and they don't need to travel a lot to other cities. Just recently, we have 2 new employees. They used to work in our town as a chef, but now they come back working here as a farmer, because the town, all the business are shut down.
Closed.
Closed.
Thank you so much, Shi Yan. All the best.
Thank you.